guys can't say much about season 2, but where does it pick off?
It kicks off a few months after season 1, but that's been said already. So that's why I can say that.
You gotta give me a little more. Are we gonna learn more about your guys' relationship on the show, Clay and Hannah?
I don't know. I mean, like, I feel like there's a lot of new story that you're going to learn, and a lot from the past, like in a familiar timeline that we already know. Whether that involves Clay and Hannah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think in going on we take off a few months after we finish season 1. There's a lot of continuation in the dialogue. I think this season particularly is a lot about recovery, looking at Jessica, looking at the people who are affected, and just going from where we left off in season 1 and not finishing there.
How do you feel like the reaction and the conversation that came from season 1 affected how you guys went into season 2?
That's a really good question. I mean, I definitely, personally, I was conscious of it. When you have such a big response, all these other elements of being an actor start to come into play. But I think at the end of the day, everyone on the show is very committed to telling the story in the most authentic way possible. And so I think everyone is very focused on just trying to do the best work possible and not letting any kind of external thoughts or opinions affect that.
Is it emotional on set this season? I remember that everyone told me during season 1 there was a lot of emotions flying around when you guys were filming season 1.
I mean, it's an emotional story, and I think that with season 1, it's all growing up to a very kind of a huge emotional climax. We're not that far into it yet, but I think it's definitely naturally, I don't think there's much of a spoiler, is naturally going to progressively get to more of an emotional place due to the nature of the story we're telling. So I'm sure we're all heading in some dark directions again.
How crazy is the confidentiality with these scripts then?
It's actually really funny. You asked about is season 1 emotional, and I was going to say this season feels like a very different show, not just because of content, but also just because of the approaches and precautions that we've had to take. But yeah, we're looking after the story as best we can and trying to make sure that we put everything into place so that the audience can have the best experience possible.
What can you tell me about that first premiere episode? Because I know you guys have already shot it.
It's juicy. That's the word I'll come up with. Only because last season we kind of had to introduce some people, give backstory, and this season we can kind of hit the ground running. Season 2 is all original content. We're starting from scratch, and you can see some of the other characters develop that were not so developed in season 1 or in the book. You can see more of an ensemble.
How involved is Selena Gomez this time around?
She's always involved. She's always checking in. She's always making important decisions, giving important notes. So she's boss. I love her.